to What Up with Wise. Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. Hope your week in quarantine's treating you well. A little colder out here than it was last week, but welcome to the front porch.
What's up with that? What's up with that? He said, what up with that?
Last week on What Up with Wise, you were encouraged to take a nature walk and identify vocabulary words from our year. Let's see what you found. Mrs. Wise was starting y'all off with some decomposers growing on a log. Got a couple herbivores peeking out for us from the woods, and a wigwam that was just waiting for me to hang out and see what was going on in there. Isabella found a consumer. I'd love to meet this little one. It looks all nice and snuggly. She's got some photosynthesis and producers there, popular words this week. Katie's got some producers right outside what looks to be maybe her front porch. I see a magnolia tree in bloom there. We've got some decomposers growing on the bark of some trees, and watch out for these carnivores. They look fierce. Natalie's pictures. There's another fierce little animal down there, but Natalie's identified this husky as an omnivore. Probably like Cookie, it likes to eat some vegetables too. We've got some producers and some photosynthesis going up on in the top there. Audrey has a jump start on this week's task. Cool, Audrey. Photosynthesis in action here. Audrey, I'd like to know a little bit more about these plants. Check out this week's activity, Audrey, and let us learn a little bit about what you've got going on here in this picture with photosynthesis. Cheyenne's thinking outside the box. I'm loving it, Cheyenne. She too is a producer, which was the bamboo plant here. But then she's got this water glass and this card. She told me the water glass is an abiotic factor. And Cheyenne, if you're headed to Dunkin' Donuts, I'd like to chai tea, please. That's my personal favorite there. It is an opaque object because we cannot see through it. Evie's loaded up her slides. She's got producers and decomposers growing on what looks to be a fence and kind of peeking through outside what also looks to be a different type of fence. Got an herbivore here, a carnivore over here, and some omnivores up near the top. So she's hit the gamut with all sorts of fun living critters in her neck of the woods. Oops, wrong way. Brock, I'd love to meet this one. Doesn't that just look like somebody you'd like to cozy up next to during a cold winter's day? We've got some carnivores in the middle and daffodils, which are in bloom all over town right now. They're just looking beautiful there, Brock. We've got Madison, another little snuggle bug, or is this one fierce, Madison? Can't quite tell. We've got the dog as a carnivore. We've got producers creating photosynthesis out in the world there. And I recognize that omnivore. I haven't seen her live in a while, so I'm loving the photo. Kira's got producers in the background here. Those are arborvitaes. Arborvitaes are these large pine type trees that grow in your yard. They look more like a pine, but they're really soft. They create a really nice hedge. Uriah sent us in this picture here of this omnivore. He looks pretty fun. Look at that tennis ball. We've got an omnivore down here in the corner as well. This little squirrel. It's probably eating bugs as well as their favorite things like acorns. And then we've got this carnivore up here in the corner. Doesn't it look terrifying? He's maybe kind of walking on what looks to be bark of a tree. We've got Olivia Bohachik. Olivia, I'm loving your social studies slide. Natural resources up at the top. She must have gone on a hike where she was able to find a compass rose, the words natural resources. You probably recognize her, although we haven't seen her in a while, as an omnivore. And she was able to get a little bit of history, which was sweet. Way to make use of this quarantine, Olivia. And then Michael's going to end us off here. Michael found himself as a human, which is sweet. He also found this herbivore. Now, I'm not sure, Michael. Maybe you're like near a farm where cows could be in your neck of the woods. But seriously, bro, some of you guys chose to put some things in your slides that Google maybe helped you find. I don't know. I'm not real sure where the leopards would have been in Canton on your nature walk. Maybe they were really there, maybe not. But I chose just to put in slides today of ones that were directly connected to vocabulary words found in science or social studies with pictures I felt like you might have taken. So if you didn't see yourself in today's slides, give it a shot next week. Hope to see more of you guys participate again. Thanks so much for joining me in this segment of What Up with Wise. Did you hear about all the boys and girls that got their study island done this week? Did you? Let's shout them out. Cookie'd like to say woohoo to Jacob A. Sorry, we got a lot of Jakes. Jacob A, Marie, Sophia, Kyrie, Uriah, Alana, Christian, Kira, Evie, Natalie, Audrey, Lowen, Zach, John, Carly, Reagan, and Olivia Zetz. Guys, that's about double the number of people we had done last week. That's fabulous. The original due date for Study Island was going to be April 17th, but we're going to extend that. We're going to go to May 1st. So the goal is to have all 10 Study Islands done to 80% or above to earn the blue ribbon. And my hope is you all get them done by May 1st. So next time you see, don't forget to work on Study Island ribbons. These fine people don't have to do it. I don't know about you, but in this day and age, it's a little tricky to do some grocery shopping. So we were fortunate enough to have prepared and bought our seeds a little bit early to prepare ourselves for our garden in the spring. Now, last week it kind of was spring. Today it's back to kind of winter. You know, it's Ohio. The weather can change on a dime. But what I challenge you this week is to get some photosynthesis happening in your neck of the woods. Nate and I have created and kind of put together a greenhouse here. If you zoom in a little bit, you'll notice that we've got some plants here that are incredibly grown at this point. We really got to get them in the ground. But if you take some seeds and you put them inside dirt, and this is just an old Gatorade bottle, you'll be able to see some sprouting happening. If you're not fortunate enough to have something quite as elaborate as what we've got going on here this year, feel free to take a Ziploc bag, a wet paper towel, and the seed from something from dinner. If you've got a bean seed, dry that bean seed out. Put it inside a wet paper towel and you can grow a whole plant. Send me your submissions of anybody that's got a garden started or where you intend to put a garden this year, and shoot me an email, shoot me a video, whatever you'd like to do, and we'll get it up on next week's What Up with Wise.
What up with